Hello, peeps. This is Motorsport Progression, and I come to you with another video. So basically, I'm just gonna check out the F1 W13 E Performance, the Mercedes AMG Challenger for the 2022 Formula One season. So already, hold on. Yeah, already to me the car's looking, very advanced. Like, it's like they put their time into it. Mercedes put their time into it. The rear wing looks very good. It just looks beautiful around it, and the switch back from the black to the silver arrows, from the black arrows to the silver arrow, and the livery looks quite good. And Mercedes posted some information about the car, which you can see in the image above. So I would like to go through it with you. And you have the dimensions of the car. The second part of the information is the energy storage and then the power unit. So let's start with the dimensions. So you got the overall length from the front wing to the rear wing, to the end of the rear wing, is gonna be over 5,000 millimeters. And then you got the overall width, which is from one side of the side pod to the other side of the side pod. That's probably the widest part of the car, which is gonna be 2,000 millimeters. And then you have the overall height. So from the top of the engine housing, that little black, what's it called? Black object at the top of the Ineos sign, the red Ineos sign, that's the highest point of the vehicle. So that's gonna be 970 millimeters off the ground. Yeah, so off the ground is 970 millimeters, the highest point of the vehicle. And to me, that this car looks good. Like, I would love to drive it on the Formula One game, and even in real life, yeah, I would love to test it. So if someone could teach me like how to drive that, I would love to put it through his paces and find out how he's moving. But I can't wait to see Lewis Hamilton testing it out in Bahrain next week, and George Russell as well. So that's gonna be exciting. And Mercedes look confident, like they look like they know what they're doing. I'm not gonna say they got the fastest car, but they look like they're gonna give Red Bull and Max Verstappen some problems, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking forward to, because Red Bull's been, talking a lot, saying that they're better than Mercedes and all this kind of, all these war of words, and yeah. So that W13 is looking classic. And then if you go into the energy storage, so energy storage, you got the energy store weight, yeah. The minimum is 20 kg, yeah. That's in the hybrid system. And then you got the max ERS storage per lap. So the max energy recovery system storage per lap here is 4 megajoules. So every lap here, you're allowed to harvest 4 megajoules of energy storage, of energy. And so, which is quite good, so you can save some energy towards the end of the race if you know how to maneuver through it. And then you got the max RPM, which is the MGU kinetic. Yeah, so the motor generator unit kinetic, the max RPM on that is 50,000 RPM. So that's the maximum you can have in the kinetic energy, is 50,000 RPM. And then you got the max power of the MGUK is 120 kilowatts, which is 16. So 16 kilowatts is 1 horsepower in the brackets. So the max RPM is 50,000, and then the max power is 120 kilowatts. That's for the motor generator unit kinetic, the MGUK. So that goes in the engine as well, and the ERS goes in the engine as well. So you have the, what's it called, the RPM for the MGUH. So you got the motor generator unit hybrid. That's what the MGUH stands for, the hybrid system. That's the one that takes that charges the energy under the braking, the hybrid system, So you have 125,000. The max RPM it can rev to is 125,000. And then the max power of the motor generator unit hybrid, the MGUH, is unlimited. So that's very surprising to me. So the max power of the hybrid system is unlimited. So you can get a lot of power if you know how to, make it go up and down. If you know the dynamics of and the technicalities of that system, the motor generator unit, the hybrid system, you can extract unlimited power from it, But the max RPM has to be 125,000. And then moving on onto the power unit. So that was the energy storage system, the hybrid system. And then you go into the power unit. Within the power unit, you have, what's it called? The ICE, which is the internal combustion engine. Then you have the MGUK, which is the motor generator unit kinetic. Then you have the MGUH, which is the motor generator unit hybrid. Then you have the turbocharger. Then you have the electrical storage. And then you got the, what's it, CE, which is, I think, compression ignition or something like that. So sorry. So CE stands for control electronics. Control electronics. It just came to my brain. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 6 units within the power unit. You got ICE, MGUK, MGUH, TC, ES, and CE. And then on the ICE is 1.6 liters. 1.6 liters. And the cylinder number of cylinders is a 6 cylinders, is a V6. V6. So yeah. Yeah, so you have 6 cylinders for the engine unit. And then the max RPM on the internal combustion unit is 15,000 RPM. On the internal combustion unit, the max RPM, revolutions per minute, is 15,000 RPM. The max fuel flow is 100 kilograms per hour. And the fuel that's going to be used in the Mercedes AMG Petronas W13 is going to be the Petronas Primax. And the lubricants for the gearbox and other parts of the car will be Petronas Synthium. They're gonna provide the lubricants for the rest of the car, the bearings, the wheels, the brakes and all of them kind of things. And then yeah, so to me this car is looking really strong, and I hope Mercedes this season bring it to Red Bull, because Red Bulls, they've been very, very, very disrespectful to Mercedes. They haven't been really respectful. They haven't really won it in honor, and that's just a low life, kind of vibes that they bring into Formula One. But I support Red Bull as well. I'm not a hater, but it's just that their attitude is not looking too great. Like some arrogance in the camp and stuff like that. So I'm hoping Mercedes can bring it to Red Bull this season, and the cars are quite level up here, and then we're gonna see driver skill. If the cars are close together, then we're gonna see driver skill, and just the performance of the teams here, the pit crews and the engineers and the data analysts here is gonna all count. But I'm really liking the W13, and I can't wait to play on the F1 2022 game, the new game that's gonna come out this year. I can't wait to play to drive this car on it. Thank you. Hello peeps, if you like the content, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. Follow me at Motorsport Progression on Instagram. Take